Next one is organic equals healthier and more nutritious. Now, this is really interesting. I've had many a conversation with clients around this, with the thinking that because it's organic, again, it's healthier, right? The name organic plastered all over, the food that they eat, whether it's packaged or unpackaged, therefore it's healthier. And there's this perception that it is healthier, right? And so we see people opting out of buying regular fruits just because the organic section is out. There's not enough stock anymore. Um, or skipping completely just because there's perceived quality or it's perceived that the quality is lower because it's not organic, right? And this often comes from that perception that organic is clean, it's natural, it's chemical free, it's pesticide free, and that sort of notion of all those things being bad. And if it's organic, then it's good, it doesn't have all those things. But the truth is, right, or the reason why this is a myth is because the nutritional differences between organic and non-organic are actually pretty minimal, right? The organic produce, non-organic produce actually has pesticides, right? The one that people are trying to avoid, like, oh, no pesticides, organic doesn't have pesticides, but organic has pesticides, just different kinds of pesticides, right? And the ones that do have pesticides, the non-organic, go through very, very rigorous testing. So you can be sure that this food is safe for you to eat, right? And then we have the organic ultra processed foods, right? The snacks, the chips, the this, the that. I mean, same sort of notion, right? Where people think it's healthy, it's organic, therefore it doesn't have as much calories, therefore I can have as much as I want. That's the continuous like perceived value of organic. Well, what we want to do is we want to prioritize, diet quality over these labels. We want to wash our produce properly, regardless of organic or not. You want to spend more effort on consistency over this like perfection and nitpicking these little things, right? How many times have we kind of had this discussion before with people that want to prioritize the organic produce, but then aren't willing to get their steps in, for example, right? Like, you want to be the whole process of getting healthier, getting fitter, getting stronger is holistic, right? And so we can't be just dying on the hill of I only eat organic food, but then it's not all encompassing. What about everything else? What about your sleep? What about this? What about that? So it's majoring in the minors, right? If you will, is a good sort of thing to think about. And then, of course, the financial aspect, right? Organic is expensive. And oftentimes you've got to think, is it really worth it to go organic? And oftentimes I would argue that it's not. Pete, what do you think about that?
Have you taken a trip to Nawa Foods in Jeddah on
Of
Stars
course.
Avenue?
Yeah, I mean, I love these places too. It is. It's like a kid in a candy store for me.
But yeah, like the price attached to some of these things is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it gives people or brands a sort of an opportunity to market their products in such a way and to attach a higher price point to it. And I remember like, having worked in marketing through my 20s, right? You would literally create stamps like this as a kind of a way to appeal to the consumer, right? I remember this one example. The kind of the brand was like Nutri-Grain, and it was one of these kind of Nature Valley type bars, right? Lots of sugar in it, and it tastes good, and it had these like raisins basically in it, right? Sometimes known as raisins. And as part of like the marketing on the packet, right, there was this big push in the UK around like you need 5 servings of fruit and veg a day. And the label on it was one of your 5 a day. And you're basically eating like a 30 grams of sugar, a high calorie snack bar, which, supposedly has one of your 5 a day because it's got, I don't know, 10 raisins in it. And I think we all need to be better at discerning like the marketing from the truth and really understanding by looking at the labels, by doing our own research, and not just being sold to by, the powerful marketers who are literally prioritizing every little centimeter on the packet of whatever to make you buy it, even down to colorways, imagery, this kind of stuff to, in this case, it's Q organic in that way.
It's just really interesting, right? If you follow the money, you'll kind of start to see why some of these things are done, right? Because at the end of the day, bottom line is what matters most. Listen, we're not saying organic is bad. But on your order of priorities, right, you aren't going to be reaching for organic fruit before you just, walk or just have fruit overall.